What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're talking through the readathons happening in January. Hello my darlings, welcome to this video. Today I want to talk through the readathons that are happening in the month of January. These are the ones that I found at the time of filming, which is 10 to midday on the 30th of December, because this isn't late at all. Christmas is a time and yeah. But we're getting here. So these are the ones that I found at the time of filming, and I'll go through my usual disclaimers and we'll talk through the readathons themselves. My first disclaimer is the information that I'm talking about in this video will be found in the description box down below. I leave links to the channel that I have found this on, as well as the link to their announcement video in the description. Also there I have the Readathon submission form, which is the same as last year, so if you go in and just put in any that you have upcoming, you can put them in as early as you'd like, and I'll just get to them when the time rolls around. So if your announcement video isn't up yet, just let me know what channel it will be on so then I can find that at the time. The people that I tag are the channel that I have found. It might not be the creator of the readathon, it may be a co-host, but they will have links to the creator and all of the other information that you will need in their announcement video, so go check those out. I also have the playlist of all the announcement videos that I've found on YouTube linked as well. It will not include the 2026 challenges, there will be a separate playlist for that, so it will be January 2026 readathons and then 2026 challenges, so that will be both linked down below. But then going forward for subsequent months I won't be mentioning the 2026 challenges unless it's submitted through my submission form. Then I also have the Readathon spreadsheet, which is the same as last year, so if you have the link you can always just go in and check in it as I go through and update it and add subsequent months as they rock up. I've hidden the previous years except for December because we're still currently in it if people wanted that information, but I've just created a new January 2026 tab, and so all of the information is there, including the spiel that I am going to read out for you. This is just to give you an idea if you are interested in this readathon or not, and some basic descriptors for it, but I don't go into a lot of detail. The announcement videos are where you're going to find all of that information. I also want to thank everyone who has completed the Readathon submission form. It just makes my life a lot easier in trying to collate all of this and make sure that I get to talk about them. So as thanks, I usually include them at the top of their duration, so if they're month-longs, they're the first ones I talk about. I still try to keep it chronologically, but I place them at the top of where I can as thanks, and obviously have them in the thumbnail of the video as well. I also had a request for mentioning if the Discord is required or not, and so I've added whether it's not required but it's encouraged for community. It is encouraged to get information, and then if it's a purely Discord based readathon, so the Discord is needed. We don't have any of them as purely Discord focused for this round, and then I also put the links to the Discord as well. These may expire, just reach out to the original creator because I've just gone off what's in their announcement video. So those are those. We start from the shortest duration of readathon and go through to the longest, and I think that's everything. So let's dive into the readathons that are happening in January. So starting off, I don't have any short readathons, which surprised me. I feel like I've missed something. But anyway, we have 3 week-long readathons. The first happening from the 9th to the 15th, and that's Winterween Bloodbath Edition, created by Gabby Reads. This is to bring the Halloween and spooky vibes to the other seasons of the year. This time it's themed around vampires. There are 5 prompts which you can double up as much as you need, and they're all very thematic. This is just a fantastic readathon that Gabby hosts, and I love getting to see the different renditions and the artwork that they have created every time because it's always so adorable. Then we have 2 readathons running from the 19th to the 25th, and that's a final book support group round 20 created by Steph Loves. This is a 4x4 bingo board designed to read continuations in series and or final books. The prompts are both reading and activity based, and you can double up as much as you need. This is mostly designed to be a community initiative to tackle some of those series. So this is the 20th rendition. I love Final Book Support Group, and the Discord is not required, but it is there as a community element, and it is one of the like support systems that you can have throughout the year. Then we have Nevermore 2026, a week with Edgar Allan Poe, which is created by Kat's Novel Adventures. This readathon is dedicated to celebrating Edgar Allan Poe. There is a group read with a discussion on the last day of the readathon, as well as a giveaway. There is 1 watching and 1 reading prompt, so read anything by Poe, a retelling of Poe or anything Poe related, or watch a Poe story, poem, retelling, or anything Poe related. The Discord is not required, but it is a community aspect of it as well if you'd like recommendations and discussions throughout the week as well. Then we have 2 week-long readathons, both running from the 1st to the 15th. The first is New Year's-a-thon, created by Donna Marie Reads. This readathon is to help you jumpstart your self-care for the new year and start working on your reading to have fun and start your year off right. You can double or triple up as much as you'd like, and there is a 4x4 bingo board, and the board is both a mix of self-care and reading prompts. I love that the focus has shifted into like just self-care and looking after yourself, making sure that you start the year off on the right foot and setting the right tone for this. The Discord is encouraged for this as well, to have that community aspect throughout the 2 weeks. The other one is Bootcamp Readathon 3.0, which I found on Tangible Reads' channel. This is dedicated to reading, fitness, mindfulness, health, and community, and also a tribute to the military. This readathon is entry level, but also runs to veteran fitness and readers, so anyone can participate. There's no stress whatsoever. Work with what you've got, have fun, and get moving. There are 3 services to enter, so you could do the reading only, all of the prompts, or all of the prompts, plus having to double up the books each time. DNFs do count for books that you've made it over 51% of the way through, and the Google Doc will provide much more information, and it does always look like a fantastic time. The Discord is encouraged as well to help, as they will have daily challenges as well. Then we have the month-long readathons. First is Read It Again-uary, created by Marcella in the Margins. This is a readathon all about rereading books, with an optional bingo board with prompts. The rules are very chill, and as long as you've read books you've read before, it counts. And then we have the K-pop readathon, created by Lexa's Book Nook. The K-pop readathon is back for round 2, and it's time for your members to debut. This month we'll be focusing on learning the lyrics to a song of our choosing, as well as determining each member's debut look. There is a bingo board that will assist you during the readathon, however, it is completely optional. Then we have Epistolary January, which I found on Jen's Reading Life. This is dedicated to reading and enjoying epistolary literature. Epistolary literature has grown from just the letters to encompass any form of written communication as the structure of the novel. The prompts and graphics are all themed stamps, and you can double up on prompts, but each book does need to be in the epistolary format. The Discord is not required, but it's there for the community spirit. Then we have TBR-athon, which I've mentioned in the month long as this is like one of the main components, but TBR-athon is also running for a weekend version from the 2nd to the 4th of January, and also has a year-long option available for you. So I've put it here, but it is also a weekend and a year-long. So Leandra is just so creative with everything that they come up with. So TBR-athon is created by Leandra, the TBR Zero, and this is focusing on working on your 2026 goals and tackling our TBRs, whether that be physical, digital, whatever the case may be. There are 3 forms of activity sheets: a game board, a build your own story, and a map of stories to visit, 12 genre-inspired locations with varying degrees of difficulties for badges. I love badges. You can be as strict as flexible as you need, as well as for doubling up. The Google Doc provides so much more information and is really easy to navigate. I love how Leandra has made it so adaptable for the durations that you need and the different components that you could do. And they'll be running mini readathons for the year-longs every month, I believe. So I can mention those on the weekend versions as well going forward. But the month-long main thing is happening in January of this year. But you can make it and adapt it however you need it to. The Discord is not required, but it is a great place to build the community spirit. Then we have Phase Out Your TBR Phase 12, created by Chris's Corner, and this is based on the card game Phase 10 and Chris's TBR game. The goal is to phase out a TBR, so physical, digital, library, etc. And Chris has created prompts for every card in the deck, and this round is to get 4 sets of 2. A set is multiple cards of the same number, and there are some skips and whiles that can be used if actually playing the game in some form, and DNFs do count. So Chris is always so creative in making the sets and the various things that you can do. Then we have Build a Slasher-athon, created by Pretty and Paper Cuts. So for this, we're creating a slasher. So we choose a character, archetype, location, and plan our escape to create the perfect slasher story. Each of those major parts have 4 prompts that you can choose from. There's also an additional time period or weapon if you'd like to add those in. They've also created the wheel for the main parts if you would like to randomize that as well. Then we have We Love Jenny 2026, which I found on Beautiful Minutia's channel. This is to honor Jenny Brooks, who passed away in 2024, I believe. And if you're reading any book that reminds you of Jenny, you're participating. You're not required to do the 24-hour aspect if you don't want to, but as Jenny loved them, they've incorporated it into this round, and you can make it work however you would need to. So whether that's 24 and 48, 24 and 72, over a week, you just try and read for 24 hours, whatever works for you. But as long as you're reading like Jenny, then you are participating. Then we have Nathanuary, created by my granny Era, and this reading event celebrates American author Nathaniel Hawthorne. To participate, read one book by or about him. There are 2 short story group reads, and there is also the optional Discord available for chatting. So whilst it's optional, it definitely is encouraged to have a place to be able to discuss the reads as well. Then we have Short Stack Readathon, which I found on Wild Book Garden. So this is reading short things throughout January. There is a 4x5 bingo board for inspiration if you'd like, in terms of guiding your reading in terms of genre or format, but as long as you read short things, you've participated. Usually under 250 pages is what's considered a short thing, but it is in police, so it can be what you need it to be. Then we have Hilarious Readathon, created by the Librarian of Alexandria. The goal of this is to read funny books, find laughs, enjoy, and start off the year on the right foot with smiles, giggles, and laughter. It is very chilled and very relaxed, mostly just about bringing joy. There is a range of prompts covering format, genre, activities, age range, and content. Then we have, running from the 15th of January to the 15th of February, Breath of the Wildathon, Varnorobus Crest. Jesus, I should have asked Ash to come over. Created by Little Book Owl. I apologize, gals. These are teams based off the Legend of Zelda game. Each team has perks, and if having completed previous rounds, you can also get extra perks. It is 1 book per prompt unless the team's perk allows you to double up, and you need to follow the path in order, unless it's your team's perk, to be able to skip around, and need to start and finish the book within the readathon as well. Each team has their own prompts, with 1 randomized throughout as well, and it's just a great time. It's not competitive, but you do have your team to guide where you're going. I also have a Books That Bite readathon, which has a shorts video, but it doesn't have an announcement at the time of filming, which is on Kath Vicker's channel. I don't know if it's the same, so I've left the description in for what was 2025. It was a Discord-based readathon, but as I'm not sure of the information, I'm just going to leave that there with the links to the short down below. Keep an eye out on their channel for any further information. Then we have our 2026 year-long challenges that have been submitted through my Google Sheets. So thank you for submitting these. I'm going to mention 3 all by Chris's Corner, and then we'll go into the other 2. So we have Phase Out Your Series-a-thon. This is a year-long readathon designed to use bingo boards or boards to phase out your series. There are 2 boards, one for easy mode where you can double up, and one for hard mode where no doubling up is allowed. You can't use DNFs. The books must be read in their entirety in 2026, and none of the prompts can be filled with the first book in a series. I definitely need that in my life. And there is a Discord that is there for community spirit for Phase Out Your Series-a-thon. Then we have Rocky's Rainbow Readathon, which is a year-long readathon focused on reading LGBTQIA+ books. There is an optional bingo board to fill in with no double ups allowed. You can also just read whatever for whatever prompts you want. You don't have to follow it. They do also have a Discord for that as well, and just marvelous to focus on throughout the year. And then finally there's 26 and 26. This one doesn't have a Discord, I don't think, by the looks of it, but is a year-long readathon with fun prompts to help people read their 26 books in 2026. There is an optional board in the shape of 26 that can be filled in. So Chris has done the absolute most with their readathons, and it's just so awesome seeing them do all these different things. Then we have Once Upon a Year, created by the Marginalia writer, and Once Upon a Year is a storybook inspired readathon and community where travelers will journey throughout 5 enchanted volumes, share tales, join sprints, and celebrate the joy of reading together in a cozy, creative, and supportive realm. The goal of the readathon is to earn points to obtain the novice of the current year's volume. We will have prompt lists released every quarter, along with quarterly festivals and monthly side stories, which are activity-based prompts. That sounds awesome. So the Discord is encouraged for this one as well. And then we have Romanceopoly 2026, which is created by Under the Covers book blog. There are 5 mandatory prompts, 5 major prompts in subgenres of your choice, and 5 minor prompts in subgenres of your choice. There are also 5 electives in any category that is not your major or minor, and it's like such a creative, beautiful map, so I would highly recommend checking all of these out. And that's it! Those are the readathons that I found at the time of filming. I apologise as this is so late. Going forward, I will try and aim to have these out a little bit earlier in the month so that people can actually plan their reads, and I'm just so excited for all of the things that are there. Feel free to please keep an eye out on the Readathon spreadsheet, because once I do get my budding gear and start actioning it, the playlist is linked and then you can go and have a look at the videos early if I'm dragging my heels for whatever reason. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful 2026 and join in some of these challenges and some of these readathons that are happening in January. They all look so fantastic, and I just love getting to see the community every single year. It's petrifying being back for another year of these videos, but I believe in us. And I think it's going to be a good time. If anyone does want to collaborate with me in doing these videos, feel free to let me know as well. I'm definitely going to need someone in July again because she's traveling. But if someone would like to do these videos and I can just link you to them, I'm happy for people to do that as well. So feel free to let me know in the comments anything you want to let me know. If there's any readathons you're thinking of participating in, I can't wait to see what everyone does. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!